So humility is all about knowing that you don't have the information and therefore being open to information, ideas, thoughts. No idea is a bad idea, because if you treat it as such, then a person will stop giving you ideas. So out of 10, even if you get one good idea, that's good, because next time each of those people will be encouraged to give 3 more ideas and it spreads in the organization. So I think that's extremely important. Now, empathy is, and I think at least whatever little I understand of it, is striving to understand the other's point of view. You may not agree with it, in which case it's very good to respond as to why you don't agree with that point of view. But does every person around the table have the right to express his or her point of view? The answer is yes. Very clearly, the leader should be really listening 80% and at best speaking 10-15% with 5% of just lightening an atmosphere also, which sometimes gets tense. But if the leader speaks 80%, then where is the opportunity, one, for ideas, and where is the opportunity for empathy? If one can hear people and agree or disagree with them and tell them so, they go back I fairly inspired to come back and maybe the next time give an even better suggestion, a better solution, or whatever it is.
And also, I guess when you let people speak, there is a sense of ownership about the entire process. I think that's also very important. Even if your idea is not accepted, what is important is through this process of conversation and through the process of leadership listening to you, you are creating a sense of ownership for that particular mission or work or project.
I 100% agree with you. So if we're around a table, let's say you've 12 or 13 people sitting around the table and one person speaks, the chances are that will start developing further into something very concrete. So what starts with a certain thought process could end up in a completely different place, but that, you build upon each other's thought process. Often you come up with some really good solutions where you started off with wondering, where are we? How do we find a solution to this nagging problem or this crisis? And ultimately, your team generates such great solutions, and therefore, to your point of ownership, that when you leave the table, all of you leave the table, you're not questioning outside the room. In fact, the biggest failure is if people go outside the room and said something which is derogatory to what decision was taken. The better thing would be if you can create that ownership, as you say, and when they leave the room, they say, how do we execute this? So the decision is taken. Now you're moving to the next phase of execution, and then say, okay, in 10 days or 5 days or 3 days, we will come back with the execution plan and let's discuss it again in a similar atmosphere.
And that reminds me of your famous quote about alignment versus consensus. So you're basically making sure that there is an alignment amongst the participants so that there is a sense of purpose and sense of direction for a work.
Yeah, SP, you keep pulling these out. The thing is actually sometimes very easy to get consensus. One, you have to get 50, 51, 52, maybe 100% as well. But very often, people will agree because most have agreed. People will agree because they fear that it could lead to unintended consequences. But alignment is genuine direction, genuine ownership. I mean, that word I'll pick from you. It's genuine ownership. So even if you have 80% alignment and not 100% consensus, I think I would go with 80% alignment.